Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the start of week number 8 of this Road to 200k challenge. So the markets have opened this Monday a bit up, even though they already drifted a little bit towards the negative. Now they are a little bit up again. But nothing really eventful has really taken place, and so I managed to input my trades at a relatively smooth fashion. And so just to give you a brief overview of what I did, basically, as I said in the last few videos, so the strategy is to basically try to sell the current stocks that I have: American Airlines, Ford Motor Company, HIMS, and Lyft, and without taking a loss. So we are trying to lower our average price of acquisition so that we can then sell them and at least breaking even, or perhaps even having a capital gain. And so the buying power that I have at the beginning of the day, which was around 40,000 US dollars, basically was used as collateral to sell some puts on these stocks mainly. And so I'm going to explain that not only we did this, but we tried to spread as much as possible the stocks on which we sold puts on. We used short put options, and the reason is that it's better, it's a less risky approach to do this, because it increases the likelihood of some, or at least one of the puts that we sell may end up being exercised, and we end up being forced to buy some of those shares on that stock. And so by doing so, we lower our average price instead of just focusing on a single stock like I did on HIMS. HIMS was a particularly pinch point because it's a much more volatile stock than all the others, and so it was the first priority for me to try to get rid of. So far things are looking good because I have the call, and so I will be forced to sell if the price exceeds $16.50. Currently is a little bit above that, so this is so far is looking good. But for the other ones, we decided to basically not put all our eggs in one basket, and so try to maximize our chances to try to lower the average price on as many stocks as we can. And so just to explain this in more detail, these trades, never mind that trade, it was a cancelled one. And so basically, as you can see, this is what we did. And by doing so, I'm just going to also take the opportunity to add these to our scoreboard. Let's just start here by the American Airlines, because these are in alphabetical order. This would come first. Initially, as you can see, I sold 5 puts because my intention was basically split and try to get split the buying power that I had and try to get 5 puts sold on each of those stocks. So as you can see, 5 on American Airlines, 5 on Lyft, and 5 on Ford, and then whatever buying power I had left, try to split into these same options, or either sell some puts on something else. But so far this is what we did, and as you can see, I also ended up selling 3 more puts on American Airlines. The reason I initially sold puts with a $10 strike, and then I add some 3 more puts with the same strike, is that after these 5, I tried to do some sort of a laddered approach. So these were meant to be 9.5 strikes. So after the first 5 are assigned, if its stock goes lower, the additional stocks that I buy would have an even lower price, which would be beneficial for us. But the issue was that 9.5 strike for American Airlines was not a good trade at all, because the premium was way too low. As you can see right here, the premium was around 2 cents. I remember it was around 1-2 cents per each stock, and so this was not at all a worthwhile trade in terms of profitability. So I decided to stick with a $10 strike, considering also that, as you can see, for example, right here, the probability of profit, meaning expired worthless, was already very high. It was around 90% at the time, and so these stocks, these options are very likely to expire worthless. So it will not make much of a difference to use this one, the 9.5, or to use the 10 strike. So I just decided to buy to sell rather some puts on the $10 strike, and even so, it will lower our average price significantly, because the current average price on American Airlines stock is $13.72. So buying 800 more stocks with a $10 price, it would lower our average price considerably anyway. And so this is something that I was not too concerned about, but nonetheless, it's good to keep that in mind, that we try always as much as possible to lower our average price at every opportunity, of course without compromising our returns. But yeah, this is the way it is. So let's just input our trades in our scoreboard. So this is basically the same thing. We can just copy here. These are actually 8, and so the premium that I got in here was basically in here, it was, let me see, so 6 cents, and then we're 5 cents. So we're going to have to use the average price here. So this was 6 cents times 5 plus 5 cents. Basically, it's probably better to do this way, because otherwise it will not allow me to do this correctly. So this is 0.6 times 5 plus parentheses and 0.05 times 3. So this is it. We're going to divide by 8, because these are 8 contracts, and this is the average price. And so let's just input in here 0.5625. Never mind, we're going to round this up to make it simpler, and also doing this, we need to input also our commissions as well. So this is 287 and then 278. And so let's just, to make it faster, put it like this: 7 plus 278, 565. So this is it. Right, and this is done, at least for American Airlines right now. The next one, and this was the actually, instead of the Ford Motor Company, the next one is the Bristol Myers Squibb. Why did I sold this? Because I did not have additional buying power to sell more, because the sequence, as you can see right here, it was American Airlines, Lyft, and Ford. All right, Ford came first, and Lyft and American Airlines, and then before I did anything else, because I felt that this was enough in terms of trades to try to lower the average price of those shares. I had some buying power left, and so I tried to see whatever could be interesting to trade on SLOD. And so basically, because the price is already too far below, it's around 84, 85, and my average price is 98, it is convenient also to bring this average price down. And so that is why I also sold some puts with an 83 strike price, right? And so basically, let's see what's going to happen with this one. Now, with the buying power that I had left, I felt that, all right, perhaps we can use some of it to get some profitable trades in on a very, very good quality stock, because I felt that there was no reasoning to try to put some more pressure on lowering the average price of these stocks, because there were no more trades available at strikes lower than these ones for each of these respective stocks. So I decided to go for Bristol Myers Squibb, which is also a high quality stock. I considered others, Pfizer again, CMCSA again, also other stocks, but this one was the one that gave me the most profitability, and also being a high quality stock, I decided, all right, why not go for it and see what happens. Even though, of course, I would rather prefer that it would expire worthless, but if I manage to get assigned, it's not really a big deal because it's a good stock, and so we will end up having it, and we can then sell some calls on it and get some additional return. So not a big issue. In here, the commissions were 91 cents, and it was 24 of a premium. All right, 24, and this was 81. All right, actually, my mistake is 91. Now for SLOD, let's do the same thing, as I already explained the reasoning behind it. All right, this is it. It's a cash covered put. The strike is 83 and also 2. And let's see here, it's 42, and I actually got a credit of 69 cents, which is always nice to have. So 42, and here is minus 69. Right, now next up is Ford Motor Company. Again, as I mentioned, for me the priority is to lower the average price of this one, which is currently 13. Plus, we cannot forget that we took a loss here on buying back this covered call, so this would bring our average or our break-even price 13.19. So basically, we cannot sell a call or try to sell. We cannot sell a call with a strike of 13. We have to go a little bit over that. So, in the next one is 13.5, which is basically our target to sell the stock back. And so, basically, I believe this is a $10 strike price. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually 10.5. Right. As I mentioned, I tried to, after the most important trades for the day were done, which is basically American Airlines, Lyft, and these calls, these puts for Motor Company. I tried to see if it was worth it to trade, to sell puts on for the strike price of 10, but the premium was not really worth it, and the likelihood of getting the stock, of acquiring the stock, is very low, because this is not that volatile. And so I felt, all right, the option will expire worthless almost certainly, and I will get almost no return out of it. So I felt this is not worth it to do it, and so let's just stick with it 10.5 and see how it goes. So the commissions will be $2.50, all right, and the premium was 7 cents, all right. So this is 7 cents, the premium is 250. All right, and now next up, I believe it is the lift, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed, it's the lift. All right, so with a strike price of 11, right here, this is basically, we can copy this. These are 5, right, and the premium was 13 and the commission was 2.53, right? So 2.53 and the premium was 13. All right, so this is basically what we did for today. All right, I think we managed everything. So the American Airlines is here for SLOD. So basically this is our 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and these are all in here, as you can see. And this is a little bit of a warning sign. I could not sell any calls on any of the stocks that I have. And why? Because basically there is no calls available at the strike price that allows me to break even on the stocks that I have, except HIMS. But that means that because the price of acquisition was so much higher, I cannot sell calls profitably or without risking losing some money. And I'm not going to do that because, of course, we are not here to risk our hard-earned money. And so I'm going to wait until the stocks recover, or we can lower our average price, and so we are able to sell calls with a lower strike and then try to get rid of them as soon as possible. But yeah, basically we are unable to get a higher return out of our capital, but hopefully this is a situation that will be corrected soon enough, and so we'll be out of the woods sooner rather than later. But for now, this is it, and yeah, basically we'll reconvene next weekend to see how the trades went. Basically all of these have a maturity of a week, so we will be closing all of these trades either at maturity or before, but this is as far as they can go for the time being. Yeah, basically this is it. Feel free to leave your comments below, like the video and subscribe. I'm also available on LinkedIn if you have any questions, any suggestions, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.